I think I speak for all of us when I say that we absolutely did not expect Roblox to respond to this situation, and especially not as in depth as they have done. So very quickly, before we immeasurably disappoint ourselves, I would first like to say please leave a like on this video and subscribe. And of course, please join my Discord server. The invite code is ChloeGames, that is discord.gg/ChloeGames. Okie dokie, I am not lying about this. Roblox genuinely took one look at the absolute monstrosity of a wave of hate that they had been receiving purely because they announced the audio update and that was it. It was game over. Seriously, that was it. They didn't even want to attempt to fight the Roblox community on this one, which is something we have seen before, but very, very rarely. So that is how we know that everyone truly does despise this update, but they are kind of bordering on being justified about it at the very same time. So, I myself have already made 2 whole videos talking about the upcoming audio update. We have the almost exaggerated, the worst Roblox update ever, removing audio, in which my main points were to basically just cover the entire update and everything we knew about what was going to take place. Plus, Roblox update broke all games, where I took us a little bit deeper into explaining how this update could potentially break a lot of popular games, but also it would leave every single old game that no longer gets worked on or no longer receives updates from their developers completely 100% silent for the rest of Roblox time. I mean, if that didn't already sound bad enough, in the very same announcement post, they explicitly mentioned that radio game passes would no longer work because of this update unless people want to start using copyright-free music that Roblox themselves uploaded to the catalogue as an alternative to using your own music that you chose the IDs for. So with my 2 videos in mind, if you are not really sure what's going on right now, or if you just need a teeny tiny reminder, either of those videos can give you exactly that. But today is something completely different, because today Roblox did something we beg them to do quite often, something we have been begging them to do since the dawn of time. I think you guys need to sit down for this one. Roblox responded to the feedback, the criticism, and I guess even the hate that they had been receiving as a result of this upcoming audio update, which, by the way, hasn't even been released yet, and the announcement post already had thousands of replies. They had to close the replies, and so many people trying to comment on it that the developer forums actually broke and went down for a short while. Their new announcement, however, changes to asset privacy for audio is their response post to pretty much everything, and right off the bat, I can see that this one is receiving much more positive comments from the people in the replies. Now, me and you, we have not read this yet, but surely they must be doing something right for all of these people to be singing their praises. The very first line of this new announcement says, "We have been reading all of your feedback on the upcoming audio privacy changes. I completely understand your frustration and some of the changes that were outlined in last week's announcements. We know these changes have a significant impact on your work. We deeply regret how disruptive the changes are, but unfortunately they are necessary." Okay, this one's coming from me, straight from my heart. This is my response. The fact that they dived right into this and didn't waste any time before mentioning that they do read everything the community tells them, and they also acknowledge that people cannot stand what this new audio update is gonna do to the platform. I very much love that they have done that, and by saying unfortunately the changes are necessary, they're basically saying that they hate to be doing this as well, but they don't really have a choice. March 22nd is a hard deadline. We recognise that the schedule is abrupt and fundamentally changes how creators' experiences and audio assets work together. Now, it's still nice to see them showing some kind of understanding for the frustration that this has caused, but here is the first thing that I don't understand with this. Bloxy News tweeted some new information about this at 3 AM this morning, Roblox is currently in the process of uploading over 100,000 professional sound effects to the audio marketplace. These sound effects can be found by searching name SFX in the marketplace. Before I say anything else, this is still good. This is a great thing for them to be doing, and I can imagine that it's going to immensely help a lot of developers. But they just said that they understand the 22nd of March being the hard deadline for this audio update makes things very difficult, to say the least, for a lot of developers and their games specifically, and yet it took them until 5 days before the update to start uploading sound effects that everyone can take and use freely, some kind of an alternative or replacement to the hundreds of thousands, possibly even millions of audios that are about to be lost and ripped away from these games. Maybe it's not that big of a deal, maybe I'm making it into something it's not. I just think the timing is a little bit wonky and clearly doesn't work in literally anyone's favour. This release is specifically targeting music. We understand your concern that many SFX assets will also be made private on the 22nd. We have a dedicated team working to keep many SFX public, even if the asset is longer than 6 seconds. This was something that I brought up in my previous video, I'm pretty sure. So I'm glad that they mentioned this, and it's nice to see them working so hard on keeping sound effects alive, even if they go against the requirements they set for removing and privating audios in just a few days. As much as it's gonna suck really badly to see so much music, pretty much all music on Roblox, get removed from the platform, meaning a lot of games are gonna become super quiet, and we also won't really get to use the radio game passes in the same way anymore. I think we also need to understand the fact that it's not really a choice that Roblox gets to make, especially when they mentioned at the beginning of this post, "We know these changes have a significant impact on your work. We deeply regret how disruptive the changes are, but unfortunately they are necessary." With them literally saying it's necessary, I just think it's very likely something to do with copyright or something along those lines, and probably linked with what they tried doing almost 4 years ago. They end off the entire thing by saying, "Finally, thank you. We sincerely appreciate your patience and understanding as we navigate this difficult change. We will continue to listen and work with all of you to build the best platform for creativity together. Stay tuned for additional updates coming soon." So once again, I hope everyone who previously hated or even criticized sees this and truly appreciates not only the fact that Roblox took the time to acknowledge our concerns and frustration and then responded to that, but also they now seem to be taking extra steps to make sure that not every single teeny tiny aspect of this update is gonna be like one massive kick in the teeth. Obviously, it's still not a very pleasant update for anyone involved, and even Roblox themselves have mentioned that they kind of hate that they have to be doing this, but we also need to understand that they wouldn't be doing it if they didn't have to, or in their own words, if it wasn't necessary. But of course, as always, I want to know your opinions as well, so please, the comments is the place to go. Tell me what you think about Roblox's response. So, one more time, please make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe, because I will always appreciate love and support that you guys give me, and you know what? It helps me out a lot. But anyway, you think of Roblox officially responding to the hate about the audio update. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.